Well, good morning, everybody. How is y'all doing today? Man, we got a lot of people coming into the chat, but for now, gentlemen, how's it going?
Happy Friday.
Happy. That's right.
Nice cool morning here in Georgia.
It's cool over here too. Oh my goodness. But I wouldn't want to be where Scott is. You know, that's one of those type of, you got to look around for warmer clothes where he is. So, speaking of host, I am Jeremy. To the upper left is Scott with the muster drill. And to your upper right is Eddie Lugo Studios. Good morning and welcome in, hosts. The hostess is off today, but it looks like she has made it into the chat already. If you are in the replay, first of all, thank you for coming back and watching the show. And secondly, type in the word #replay. That way we know that you were here. But for those of you that are here on the live stream, good morning and welcome in. We are your morning hosts. Welcome to Go Live Together. We are your morning team. First up in the chat was Midlife Travels. Good morning.
Good morning.
Next up in the chat is Eddie Lugo Studios.
Yo!
Viva la raza! Next up in the chat is Mike and Rihanna's Adventures.
Allied reinforcements have arrived from the north.
Yeah, and happy Friday, everybody.
And
hey, babe.
Happy Thanksgiving weekend to the Canadians.
Yes, happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Let us know what's on the menu. Okay, we have our traditions here in the South and in the United States, but let us know what your traditional Canadian Thanksgiving meal looks like down in the chat.
I did a little bit of research on this. Obviously, I don't know as much as the Canadians themselves do, but it turns out that they do have turkey and a lot of the same, like they eat a lot of the same things. But it's not as big of a deal for us. Right. And of course, like they have football, right? You'd say you'd think they'd have hockey or whatever, right? No, they actually have football from the Canadian Football League. It's just not as big of a deal, and it's for they celebrate it for slightly different reasons.
Okay,
but celebrating it because it's the beginning of fall and stuff like that or whatever. So,
but to be fair, is it American football or is it football like soccer?
That I don't know. I just know it's the Canadian Football League. Right. Not hockey. You'd think that they'd watch hockey like we watch football, right? No.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, hey, babe, cruising is fun anytime is made it into the chat. Hello.
Good morning.
Texas.
House of X Entertainment, Inc. has made it into the chat. Good morning.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party. Speaking of which, here's a party animal here. Jeremy Boucher has made it into the chat. Good morning.
What's up?
Oh, snap. We got a donation of fresh fruit from Scott McNeil. Thank you.
All right.
Scott. Traveling with Tinkerbell. Good morning.
So Mike did answer it, and as you can see there, it's like I said, it's pretty much everything we eat. It's just not as big of a deal for them as it is for us.
Oh, okay, that'll work. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures sent us a whole lot of pineapples. Hello. Let's see. The muster drill has made it in. Good morning.
Where? I love that guy.
And as a reminder, if you are a creator in the chat, which we know most of you are, please type in the word #TMD for the muster drill, #ELS for Eddie Lugo Studios, and #creator if you are in Cruising is Fun Anytime or J&S Adventures. But first, coffee. That's right. Before you get to typing stuff, coffee. That is a definite must here on this show. Danny D, the spectacular supporter. Knock, knock. Welcome in.
Good morning.
And let's see. Melnet, Living Free Zip Codeless. Welcome back.
Hi.
From Texas. Texas coming through strong today. Will G, good morning. Working and listening. Kathy Mills, good morning.
Good morning.
Elizabeth has made it into the chat. Good morning.
Hey, babe.
That button
Mike-
is still dangerously close to the M and R button.
Yes, Mike. And speaking of which, Mike and J&S Adventures says it's 26 degrees Fahrenheit in clear skies here in Canada.
I mean, I love you Canadians, but not that much.
Oh snap! We got a programming update. Cruising is fun any size, anytime. Says, LOL. Eddie waiting to negotiate a new contract.
No, that ain't happening.
Not happening.
Nope.
Okay, well, y'all got to
Wait,
get to.
I have a quick question. Is cruising is fun any size the same as is that the same as Jeremy and Gerald?
Perhaps.
Okay.
It may be. It may be. I want to hear about this new contract. I got to check in on that after the show. Okay, and here's the menu: turkey, stuffing, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie.
Same stuff.
Same stuff.
Same stuff.
Except for in Louisiana, what we add is rice dressing. Now,
Yeah.
rice dressing is the same stuffing that you would put in boudin, and we have it for just a straight meal at least once a week, if not once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody hit that like button. That would be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
I don't know. It's a ghost putting some things over my screen. I'm not sure how that is going. Will G says yes, American style football, and Mike and Rihanna says our football is like the NFL. So,
Well, we have to ask that because everybody else calls soccer football. So,
correct.
As Americans, we always have to ask, are you talking about football or soccer?
Or soccer. Yeah, I mean, like, I've always been led to believe that football with the pigskin, the long elongated ball, was
Right.
only was referred to that here in the U.S. But
Right.
I just found out that in Canada they also call that football as well. So that's good. Do you guys refer to the round black and white ball as soccer, or what do you refer to that? How do you refer to that sport? I would love to know. And do you guys have it? Because I know it's quite cold up there, and I'm not sure when soccer season would be.
Yeah. So the other thing I read too was that the Canadians celebrate their Thanksgiving on the same Monday as our Columbus Day, as to commemorate or to honor the beginning of fall and a good harvest, and for I don't know, good food or whatever for the coming, season or whatever. Not to honor the, what do we do it for? We do it to honor the Indians and the Europeans or the Englishmen getting together to not kill each other anymore or something like that or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why we do it. So, but yeah, so they do it to just kind of, say, hey, it's fall.
Yeah, and another thing we do to welcome in the cooler weather in Louisiana, at least, and sometimes in Texas, is gumbo. We do have a real good big fat pot of gumbo in one of our at one of our cousins' house, like 30 minutes away. So we have a choice as to what we can do. We can do traditional Thanksgiving, or we can go over to her house for gumbo.
And here's real quick too. So when I first met my wife, she told me about how one of her aunts or something like that had married an Italian, and so she loved going to her Aunt Jerry's every Thanksgiving because they had this traditional Thanksgiving meal, and then they also had a whole bunch of Italian dishes, like a whole bunch of pastas and everything else, all at the same time.
Yep.
So she loved going to Aunt Jerry's for Thanksgiving.
When me and Alice lived in Brooklyn, we used to go to her cousin's house in Dyke Heights, Brooklyn, and that's why we had an Italian Thanksgiving, where they did cook the turkey with some of the fixings. But when you came into the house, you have a charcuterie of Italian meats, Italian cheeses. Uh, we had green pepper stop peppers. They had meatballs, different pastas to try from, a bunch of different breads and stuff like that. So a lot of butter toast there, and it was a very Italian style
Yeah.
meal.
That's what's up. Controversial Cruising has made it in. Good morning.
What's up?
Yo yo yo!
Sharon Rowland has made it in. Your nurse, Eddie.
Yeah, I got my pills already.
Okay.
And, and then that's Pickles behind me. She slept there last night and she's back again. So she's very protecting me today.
Yeah, she's watching out. She's watching your back. That's for sure. The Bud Files have made it in. Good morning.
Yo, buds.
J&S Travel has made it in. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Hey, Sharon, if you're talking about why I ended my good morning message to you with a question mark and not an exclamation point, typo.
Looks like everybody's phone is going nuts. Cruising is fun anytime. Apparently, the iPhone is misspelling the word pilgrims. I think she might have been trying to spell the word bananas. I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on with that later on in the show. And yes, Mike and Rihanna's Adventure says it's soccer, and we did have soccer teams in the major soccer league. Okay, Thank you for clearing that up. You know, I'm learning new things each and every day here. Boom, 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 boom. And Ocean Travel has made it in. Good morning. You've been getting up early, and we thank you for coming into the show. And yeah, see, banana. That's the deal. It was a misspelling. I love it. Today is October 6th, and I was looking around town, and it is so.
Oh, nice!
Wow.
I think you need to replace your T-Mobile Tuesday gift on your head, Jeremy.
I don't know. I mean, I have different hats. It's just that this is going to match the outfit that I have today. So I went ahead and put it on. But this is our current situation here in Galveston. It is windy, it is cloudy, and it is a little on the cool side. We are waking up to 71 degrees today with a high of 85. So it is mostly cloudy. It's going to be mostly cloudy with 54% humidity and 85 degrees this afternoon, dipping back down into the low 70s tonight.
So today's a great day in Galveston.
Yes, it is. It is awesome. I think I know I'm going to be out in it. Let's just hope that the torrential rains that showed up yesterday don't repeat themselves again today. We had flood advisories and everything in the AM, and then by the time 12 o'clock came around, boom, the streets just dried out, you know, because the ground ate up everything. We've been without rain for several months, you know, and we are grateful for any drop of the rain outside. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see who else has made it into the chat. People are dropping links. That is a good way to connect with one another. I love it. You can promote your own channel by typing in those hashtags, and Nightbot will automatically give it to you. So type in the words in the context in which we have them, and Nightbot will be ever so gracious to you to share out your link. That way you can all connect with one another, which is what we really want you to do for yourself, is to put yourself out there and show your content to a new audience. Yep. And let's see, Milnet Living Free Zip Code says, yep, it was crazy here yesterday too with rain. We are currently in Columbus, Texas. So yeah, I know that you guys, everybody got it. It was widespread rain throughout the whole Southeast Texas. It was crazy. And let's see. We are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for Jeremy to struggle with words. On this day in history. Yes. Let's see. In 891, Formosus was elected pope. His posthumous trial in 897 is one of the most bizarre incidents in papal history. And then they jumped to 1849, like nothing happened between those years. That's great. For 1,000 years, we were good on this day. It says 13 Hungarian generals, the martyrs of Arad, were executed for their role in the Hungarian Revolution of 1848 to 1849. In 1892, the English poet widely regarded as the chief representative of the Victorian age in poetry, Alfred Lord Tennyson, died at the age of 83. In 1927, The Jazz Singer, starring Al Jolson, premiered in New York City, introducing the sound era of motion pictures. In 1960, the American adventure film Spartacus, directed by Stanley Kubrick and starring Kirk Douglas, had its world premiere. It won several Academy Awards, including Best Supporting Actor for Peter Ustinov. In 1976, in China, the Gang of Four, having lost their influence with the death of Mao Zedong, were arrested. In 1981, Egyptian President Anwar Sadat was assassinated by members of the radical fringe of the Muslim opposition. In 1993, Michael Jordan retired from professional basketball, saying, "I don't have anything else to prove," only to return in March of 1995. In 2000, near Saka Yamato, Japan, an earthquake of magnitude 7.3 struck, the most powerful. Did y'all hear that? Let me know if you heard that. Let's see. The most powerful earthquake since the devastating Kobe earthquake of 1995, but damage and casualties were relatively low because the epicenter was in a sparsely inhabited area. Yes, that was a banana moment right there. Thank you so much for that. Cruising is fun anytime. That will do it for On This Day in History. Oh my goodness.
I thought she was off today.
Well, off is a relative term, good sir.
Yeah. Very round.
House of X Entertainment Inc. says it's going to be raining here this weekend in New York City.
It's going to be raining 2.5 hours south of New York City as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it says cloudy here, but we'll see. It is cloudy out there, so no wind. Because the flag is just laying there, not moving.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay. And let's see, we're all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now award time. Let's see who has been the top chatter this week. Coming in at number 10. Yes. Coming in at, hang on, is it showing? Okay. House of X Entertainment Inc. Coming in at number 5, The Bud Files. At number 8, M&T Living and Cooking. Number 7, Marjorie Ambrose. Number 6, Rooted in Essential Oils. Number 5, Orange Cone Vlog. Number 4, KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. Number 3, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. Number 2, Traveling with Tinkerbell. And finally coming in strong at number 1 is Eddie Lugo Studios. That's right. That's right. Thank you for your chats this week. We really, really appreciate your active participation in the chat.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yes. And getting back to the chat, speaking of which, we are still caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for us to bring you the cruise and travel industry news.
Good morning, Cruise News with
And
New
Buttercup.
floating platforms available on Carnival's private island. New Bana rentals are now available for guests visiting Half Moon Key in the Bahamas. The inflatable rentals are a great option for families or groups, as each can accommodate up to 6 guests for a single fee. The Party Bana is described as the ultimate inflatable platform for your private island on the water, while the Picnic Bana is a platform designed to celebrate fun and original events on the sea. Both rentals include snacks and all-day rental listed as 5 hours for guests to enjoy at their leisure while they visit Half Moon Key. These rentals don't come cheaply, however, as the Party Bana is $349.99 and
what?
the Picnic Bana is $449.99 per rental. Carnival Cruise Line's shore excursion descriptions don't differentiate much between the two types of rentals, but the manufacturer's website shows that the Picnic Bana is design appears to be the larger space that includes both covered and sun deck style spaces on the inflatable floating platform. Both Banas have a central table and inflatable backrests for casual lounging and provides a great space for groups to gather. Upon arriving to Half Moon Key, guests who have rented either the Party or the Picnic Bana will need to present their shore excursion ticket to the water sports rental hut to be assigned their Bana. These floating platforms will undoubtedly be limited, so guests interested in the experience should book their Bana early to ensure their reservation. Guests should bring beach towels along with them to enjoy their Bana. At the moment, the Banas are only available on Half Moon Key and do not appear to be an option on Carnival Cruise Line's other private islands, Princess Key. As yet, there have been no announcements of shore excursions or rental options for the upcoming Celebration Key, which may or may not feature the Banas when it opens in July 2025. Very interesting.
Yeah, pause. Scott, pause.
Yes.
Just for a second, just pause.
Okay.
The little boy in me wants to move that little table out the center of the blow up Bana and use it as a jump house. Anybody else? I mean, am I the only one feeling this right now?
Yeah.
I don't see it going right. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
Well, here's the thing too, right? When I first saw this, I thought to myself, interesting, because half of the time I've been to Half Moon, the water is, as you see in these images, it's placid, it's very calm, and it seems like the ideal environment for such a thing. And then I've been there when those waves were rolling in. I would not want to be on an inflatable anything with as rough as that ocean is. So I imagine, you could possibly even see your rental canceled if the water conditions at Half Moon are not favorable.
Right.
And the other thing too is, how do you steer the darn thing? I mean, or did they anchor it, or what's the deal? What happens if the currents take you out and over the rope? I mean, it's really interesting. So, be curious to see how it all goes. So moving on, Star of the Seas revealed as second giant Icon class cruise ship. the second vessel in Royal Caribbean's Icon class, formerly known only as Project NB-1401, now has a name, Star of the Seas, as its construction continues at the Meyer Turku shipyard in Turku, Finland. The cruise line also narrowed down the launch of the second Icon class to the summer of 2025. Previously, Royal Caribbean has only revealed the ship would debut sometime in 2025. Royal Caribbean has provided no hints yet regarding where Star of the Seas will be deployed following her launch. While few design details and the new Icon class ship are confirmed, the new Royal Caribbean ship is anticipated to be roughly the same size as Icon of the Seas, although historically, each new ship in each class tends to be just a little bit bigger. So, Icon of the Seas is the first ship in the class, weighing 250,000 gross tons and has a capacity of 5,610 guests at double occupancy and a total of 7,600 guests with all berths occupied, making her the world's largest ship in 2024 at 1,198 feet long, 20 decks, and will have 2,805 staterooms and an international crew of 2,350. Like her sister ship, Star of the Seas will feature a variety of neighborhoods, theme parks, thrill adventure, ride adventures, and other spaces. When the Icon of the Seas debuts in January 2024, the ship will offer neighborhoods and entertainment areas that include Central Park, Aquadome, Chill Island, Surfside, Thrill Island, and the Hideaway. Guests will also enjoy the ship's 7 pools, 6 water slides, among other activities. While Star of the Seas is likely to have most of those public areas already featured on her sister ship, Royal Caribbean also promises new feature experiences will be introduced. The idea of combining the best of every type of vacation into the ultimate adventure has created more excitement than ever anticipated. The Star of the Seas will be the next bold answer to the record-breaking consumer demand we've seen for nearly a year and counting with Icon of the Seas, said Michael Bailey, President and CEO of Royal Caribbean International. Star of the Seas will be the Royal Caribbean's third ship powered with LNG, or liquefied natural gas, following Icon of the Seas and Utopia of the Seas. It will have other environmental protections and safeguards on board. Construction of the second Icon class ship began in early of 2023 with a traditional steel cutting ceremony held on February 14th at the Finnish shipyard, and the ship's next construction milestone will be her keel laying ceremony on a date not yet known. So, and we just have a quick 10-second video we're going to run from Royal Caribbean.
Wait a minute. Something's happening. I gotta rewind that, I suppose.
It didn't give us much, did they?
All we're gonna get. Woo! All right.
Yeah, it was very revealing.
Yep. And there is a third news story here. It says, as Cunard nears the 6-month countdown to the launch of Queen Anne, the line has given an exclusive preview of the ship's elevated wellness offering. The 113,000 gross registered ton, 3,000 guest ship is currently under construction at the Fincantieri shipyard in Venice, Italy. And on October 5th, Cunard invited a group of global global travel advisor partners for its first ever behind the scenes tour. Queen Anne will feature the widest selection of fitness, beauty, thermal, and spa facilities so far seen on a Cunard ship, with its reimagined Marine wellness and beauty proposition heralding a new era of well-being at sea. Cunard's Mariel concept aims to deliver enriching wellness experience that leave guests feeling radiant from the inside out, just as its namesake, a glowing luminescence, lights the sea from within. Queen Anne's Wellness Club will also have a tailor-made program for solo travelers where on embarkation night, like-minded guests will be able to relax and unwind together at a meet and greet. So I thought that was kind of cool.
By the way, Cruising is Fun Anytime has a very interesting proposition or premise in the chat. The ship is called Star of the Seas, right? Could you imagine it sailing from Galveston with that stupid Texas star on the bow?
Hold on, I gotta show it. I have to show it, and we got one on the way. December 23rd, we're gonna be looking at something that looks like this right here.
Texas.
That's right, baby. That's right. We are Texas proud over here. Yes, we are. And speaking of Texas, we got another Texan. I think we're in Texas compliance this morning. The Z Show Cruise Fund has made it in. Good morning, content creators from the greatest state in our nation's history, the Lone Star State of
Texas.
That's right.
I was going to hit the Georgia button.
What's
No,
up?
there is no Georgia button. That's how great we are. There is no Georgia button. Okay. Let's see.
No. Right. Yeah.
I'm still stuck on this inflatable cabana. Okay, I'm stuck right here, and I'm probably going to be here for a couple of days now.
That looks like a bounce house there without the sides, right?
That's what I'm saying. Here in the Lone Star State of Texas, you can get that sucker delivered, blown up, and picked up for $99 in your backyard.
Exactly.
Okay. And I'm telling you, and you get 24 hours with it overnight. So, when the kids go in, the adults come out. That is a tradition here. The adults get in the bouncy house, and we have a good old time. Yes, we do.
Bounce.
Gotta knock each other down. Oh, yeah. It gets brutal. It really does. You know who your friends are, and you know who your family is at that point.
That's right. Yep.
You got people pulling you up out of the hole that you done fell in. It's fun. I love it.
I have a problem with that inflatable thing. I'm handicapped. I won't be able to get in and out of that thing.
Right.
So
anyway,
you know,
it's definitely not.
I'm trying to think to myself too. Like you get on an inflatable, it's unstable and you squish down. Like I'm thinking, like, does it have like a hard floor and everything else is just inflated? I mean, I'm I'll be very, very curious to see the first ones in operation.
Drunk adults.
Yeah,
drunk adults, and it's like, what do you do? What do you do? You because there's no bar service or anything that does it. It's just you sit in an inflatable for all day long. You got to
5 hours.
And you got to swim to it. You got to swim to shore to get you a drink or some food, and then swim back with your food and drink. How does that work? I mean, I would love to know where their minds are on this. And at $350, you can have 3 of those delivered to your backyard. Like I said,
or $450, right? Yeah. Like the other one's $449.99.
Terrible. Yeah. So,
Danny, what are you doing, Danny? Why are you picking on me?
I don't know. Y'all probably need to hash that out in the private message or something like that.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on here, but prayers for all of you who are going through this morning. I really don't know.
I mean, whatever's happening, I'm very sorry that it's happening, and hopefully hopefully it ends. So
I'm pretty sure it'll work itself out, but you know, that's just where my mindset is. And let's see, we are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for Scott's question of the day. And it simply asks, do you stress over travel? And if so, how do you cope?
And for me, the answer is yes. I do stress over travel all the time. I mean, different aspects of it. Like for instance, when I was on the train the other day, I hadn't had any coffee yet, but I was also very tired. And Kurt had mentioned, he said, "Scott, you look tired." Because I don't typically sleep the last night of a cruise or last night of a trip because my brain is too occupied with all the stuff I got to do. To get home the next day, right? Of course, on the reverse, I'm always thinking, did I forget anything and this and that? And then, of course, there's the whole, getting to the airport or getting to the port and getting through all that stuff. So it is very stressful for me. And unfortunately, I sometimes don't cope with it very well. Like when I'm traveling with my wife, she always looks at me and says, "Don't be Mr. Grumpy today," because I can be very grumpy to people and stuff because I don't cope with it very well. But I can say this, the cure for it is to go on another cruise.
My goodness. Eddie?
Unfortunately, I do stress a lot, especially when we're driving, because I know I'm going to be the only one driving. Alice says she'll help me with the drive, but as soon as we get in the car, she does this. And I'm stuck with it. So no big deal. So we take our drive. We made a few stops that we need to do, whatever. And I try to relax as much as I can because I am worried that we'll definitely get there and something could happen. I don't want to be traveling and get into some big accident happens and it holds us back. We get blocked out. We can go around it or something like that. I'm always stressing out until we get to the ship, till we get everything taken care of. Once I'm in the ship, then I'm like, it's like once I go over the gauntlet and walk in, it's like I feel that release. Then I'm relaxed. Then I'm ready to start my cruise once I go into the ship. But before that, it could get a little stressful, And unfortunately, sometimes I kind of take it out on Alice, and I don't mean to do that. And I get also stressed, and sometimes I don't contain myself, and I say things that I'm not supposed to. Trust me, I have learned a lot to calm down and relax, And now lately that I'm older, I just don't give up playing. You know what? If it happens, happen. If it doesn't. I'm in the mood now where I don't try to get myself too controversial about it. I like to leave it a little bit earlier, just so we can take our time, even the day before or not on the day off. And if we make it, we make it. If we don't, oh well, So right now, our next cruise is in 3 weeks. I'm not stressed out yet. I haven't even packed yet. So, that's why I packed the 2 days before or the day before, and that's it. Whatever I left behind, I left behind. So I'm not stressed out. I'm there to have a relaxing time with Alice, and I don't care about anybody else. So, or whatever. You go there, you do your thing. You worry about your thing. I do my thing. Bada bing, bada boom. Have a good time.
And speaking of packing, that is literally the only stress that I feel while traveling. Okay, first of all, if we're flying in, for me, it happens at the airport. Okay, dealing with the bags and the stuff that we have to bring with us, and the constant press of people behind you. Those impatient people. I feel as though I'm being pushed through the lines, and you know how slow getting through security is, and then dealing with the TSA and all of that good stuff, and people just constantly rushing you along, and it's like it causes undue stress. Y'all have to go through the same thing, so just take it easy on the person in front of you. If we're driving to the port, we have eliminated the stress by simply going to the cruise terminal first, drop off the bags, then go to park and take it easy on not only the shuttle driver, but your fellow passengers who have all of their stuff with them. Okay, so that is one way that I have eliminated stress here in Galveston. Another way that I didn't even think of before, since we live so close, is just simply load up in a taxi and take a taxi, so that'll eliminate the parking fee. It'll eliminate getting on a shuttle, and it'll get us faster to the fun. Not necessarily the faster to the fun that you pay for, but it's definitely a shortcut that I have adopted into my psyche. So the next time we cruise out of Galveston, I will be definitely taking a taxi and eliminating that. Another stressful moment is debarkation. We have tried it both ways. We have tried to bring all of the bags downstairs with us for true express debarkation. And believe me, that is far less stressful than our last cruise, which was on the Mardi Gras, where they stuffed us all in this room with each other. People were coughing around us. We caught the flu. Baby and I both caught the flu. We had to be sick. And it was just terrible time. So the way to eliminate that stress is to go back to the express debarkation, where you take all your stuff downstairs with you. And I will be doing that on the booze cruise. So yeah, that's the only time I stress out on vacation, is getting there with the stuff and leaving with the stuff. How do I cope with it? I'm coming up with, surefire ways to eliminate as many bags as I possibly can here at the house. Through our episodes of Mass Mayhem, you will see us counting outfits. You will see us counting shoes to go with the outfits, so we have a foolproof plan. So far, I'm only seeing 3 bags. So that is a good plus for me. Oh, snap. What is happening? I did not do that, people. I don't know how this is happening.
Happened.
I did not do that. I promise you I did not do that. But that was cool. Cruising is fun anytime has chimed in on the morning question. I shop to eliminate all stress.
That's not a good thing either.
I
'Cause
know.
then you get the bill, and then you stress over the bill.
Well, no, we get the bill before she hits the order button. I mean, but then you have accidental purchases happening. For instance, I got surprised with a case of Pop-Tarts one time. Happy accident for me. Yeah, man. Hey, Ethan, Ava, and Caden, welcome into the show, into the shenanigans. We really appreciate you coming in. If you are a creator, please type in the word #creator, #TMD, or #ELS, depending on which chat you're in, and Nightbot will drop your link. We would love to connect with you and see what your content is all about. Welcome in. And let's see. Cruising is fun anytime says, I'm a planner and everything has to be in place. I know that's right. Traveling with Tinkerbell. Hang on, my chat just jumped. My chat just jumped way down. Oh, snap. Wait, traveling with Tinkerbell. I have to get that one because I saw it next. Okay, I try not to stress, but it has happened when I travel with family, mainly because you have to make sure everyone has all their documents. But I try not to be stressed, LOL. Yep. Hey, CME Traveling has made it in. Good morning, guys.
What's up?
Yep. Cruising is fun anytime says, yes, Eddie, I understand. I'm like that too.
Yeah.
And let's see. I saw some more people come in too. I'm trying to get to you.
I know I'm always concerned. Like I always have so many steps, and I know a lot of people have these same steps, but I always have so many steps in order for me to get to where I'm going, and I'm
Right.
always worried that one of them is going to go wrong. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm leaving in 6 days to go to Florida, and I'm doing something I've never done before. I normally fly from Baltimore or Washington airports, and I just drive there,
Hmm.
and park and take the shuttle over to the terminal and get on a plane. But this time I'm going to the train station. I'm taking the train station. I'm taking the train Amtrak to Philadelphia and then taking an Uber from 30th Street Station in Philadelphia over to the Philadelphia airport. And and flying from there. And then at the end of the whole thing, I'm flying back with my wife to Baltimore. So and I'm a little worried, like, that adding that component of Amtrak into flying that I've
Right.
never done before.
That is okay. That would be stressful for me also.
My stress is on the way. Coming back home,
Forget about it.
yeah.
Well, and like on Maravilla, right? Like self-assist or express checkout or express de-embarkation was supposed to start at 7:30, right? So I went downstairs and I wasn't sure, is it deck 5? Is it deck 6? I don't know, right? Because it's
Right.
different. Sometimes when I'm in Florida on Maravilla, it's on deck 6, and they basically corral everybody on the Galleria. Other times it's everything else on that sailing to Canada had been on deck 5. So I went down just to kind of check it out, right? I go down to deck 5 an hour and a half before express debarkation is supposed to start, and there's already 10,000 people down there.
Wow.
So I come flying back, and I said to my wife, listen, if we expect to get off this ship anytime soon, we had a 9:30 a.m. train that it was in Manhattan, so that's like an hour almost, right, to get, and it's New York City morning traffic and stuff. So I was like, look, we got to grab our stuff and go. So then we had to go down there a whole hour before express debarkation even started to get in line.
Yep.
So it's very stressful.
Hey, can't stop walking but love mowing and cruising has made it into the chat. Good morning.
Yo.
Morning.
Oh wow. Okay, hang on. Will G says both the picnic and party bana are sold for the dream cruise leaving tomorrow. People are willing to pay it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, well, here's the thing, right? If you've seen cruise prices, if you've seen, all this, if you've seen like they're raising prices of on board things, and you still see all these people doing that stuff. So of course, for some reason, people are willing to pay it. And I did see a side note. They said that credit card debt among Americans is the highest it's ever been. Maybe that's how they're paying for it. I don't know. But I'm just like, I'm astonished at what people are willing to pay. And until they stop being willing to do it, we're not going to see it going in the other way.
And Kurt has a message for you, Eddie. It says, do you need any help with navigating? Or if I'm ahead of you, I can give you a heads up. We're driving, of course, also. So stay in touch with CME. They're going to be ahead of you, and then they can give you heads up on, construction or weather or anything. Najuma Brown, good morning. Welcome in.
Good morning.
Marjorie, I can tell you that when I'm traveling with my wife, Elizabeth, she does make all the travel decisions. Every last one of them.
Yep. Nettie and JT, I'm stressing now because we leave next week, 12 days, and I will have to iron and pack. And JT sent his stuff to the cleaners and is finished packing in one suitcase. How is that possible?
It could be done.
I said to my wife when we were getting off Maravilla, I was like, look, I got to find a way to make these bags lighter for next week, because if I have to drag these heavy bags again next week, I'm going to just die.
Okay, Danny D, real quick, we're going to answer this question. My favorite cruise that I have taken so far has to be the last Christmas. We went on a Christmas cruise. It was an 8-day sailing to Key West, Freeport, Nassau, and Princess Key. Okay, it wasn't because of the ports. It was just simply because it was a Christmas cruise. It was special, and it was just awesome. Plus, I love the Dream Class. I really do. It's small enough to get around, and it has all of my favorites. It really does. Favorite cruise, Eddie?
Say that again.
What has been your favorite cruise?
So far, on the Bliss, back in January 20, 2020. Yeah, 2020. We went on the Escape on 2018, 2019 for New Year's. Then in 2020, January 2020, we went on the Bliss. We went down, left out of New York. We hit Port Canaveral, Miami, Puerto Rico, and some islands in the Caribbean. A 14-day cruise. That's where I beat the living schmuck out of people in the racetrack. That's why I'm number one champion on NCL. Anybody could go against me. They won. I know the Prima and the Viva. They both have racetracks, so I'll be able to put my racing challenge again. Cruz Pet's already talking smack about the Prima that he's gonna be there. So he's already saying that he's gonna bump me out. I said, "We'll see," because once I get in that little go kart and I put those gloves on, I'm Andretti all the way. So watch out. So
Scott?
the place being my best.
Empress of the Seas to Cuba.
Ooh, that would have been nice.
Yeah, we went over that in another show. Yeah, definitely.
That would have been nice.
Oh snap, Marjorie Ambrose. Good morning. I love your comment.
Yeah.
Yes, but hey, she's the boss, man. She is the boss. That's why she has a day off today. Let's see, Jeanette Mitchell. Good morning. And let's see. I know that Eddie has some secret cruises coming up. We're just going to run the videos this morning because we are running dangerously close to the end of the hour. 2 great group cruises. All of the information is within the videos. So here goes.
Who's Cruise 2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios. Out of Tampa, Florida. Port of Calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard the Carnival Paradise. Come join us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact Bruce@ocean2oceantravel.com.
And here's a second group cruise in 2025. And here goes.
Caribbean Conquest 2025. Hosted by Eddie and Alice Lugo Studios. Out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Aboard the Norwegian Viva. Ports of Call, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, St. Lucia, St. Kitts. Come join us for this great cruise, January 26th, February 2nd, 2025. Contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com.
And just to differentiate between the two, the first one is Eddie Lugo Studios production, and the second one is the Alice Lugo Studios production. It's going to be like each other, but slightly different, if you will. but yeah, either way, contact Bruce at Ocean Travel for your travel needs on these two great group cruises. We would really appreciate seeing you guys on board. And that second one is nothing but ports, no sea days. So
And my birthday.
and Eddie's
Celebrated my 60th birthday.
we need to knock Alice out the way from hitting that turbo button. You know how they do it on NCL. That way we have at least a half a chance of winning. It would be nice if people could get on these ships and set records. That way Eddie has something to look forward to whenever he goes on the cruise.
I mean, like my wife was saying to me, boy, they keep picking these and make because Alice and Eddie are going on this celebrity cruise to Bermuda.
Yeah.
Right. And my wife really wants to go on that ship as well. So she's like, boy, we were on the Maravilla when she said, I really want to go on both of those cruises.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Okay.
Not the Paradise. She wants to go on the Celebrity Cruise to Bermuda and the Viva Cruise.
That's right.
Yeah. That port heavy. That is port heavy cruise, and I know that you guys are going to absolutely enjoy yourself.
Celebrities out of New Jersey.
Yep. We love it.
M&T Living and Cooking. Good morning.
Hello.
And let's see, Eddie. Who is coming on for the remainder of the day on YouTube?
Yes, sir. We have coming up at 4:30 p.m. What is this about? There's a fluke here. Okay. Internet Fun will be on at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Internet Fun, followed by at noon, the Seashell Cruise Fun. 1 p.m., Roy and Becky's Travels with the Ray Parade kickoff. 2 p.m., the Ray Parade, followed by the Butt Files at 5 p.m. 6:30 p.m. tonight, Eastern Time, Invocation Nation and Destination Fun, followed by 7 p.m. with SCT Adventures. 8 p.m. tonight will be Back Row Freedom, Roy and Becky's Travels, Abba Field and Friends Friday Night Jamboree, and also Cruising with Keith at 7 p.m. Also at 8 will be Orange Cone Blog at 8 p.m. Following that, at 8:30 p.m. will be Fantastic Cruising and also On Deck with CB. And closing the night at 10 p.m. tonight will be the Down Under Cruisers, Helping Hands for Cruising Together shows, and also me, Eddie Lugo Studios at 10 p.m. tonight.
That's what's up. Adventures with Roxanne and NetsV blog. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Unfortunately, that will do it for today's show. Thank everybody for coming in. Thank you for your active participation in the chat. We always appreciate you. Thank you for your likes, for your shares, and everything that you do for us here on the show. Everybody take care of each other. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, we love you and good morning.
Bye.
You got a week.